What's up, everybody? You are back on the Other Side podcast with me, Mike G, where we go beyond the headlines to uncover the heart, humanity, and hell that fighters endure to find redemption. Today's guest is a warrior in every sense of the word. He applied his skills in the UFC, Strikeforce, Bellator, and the BKFC, walking through fire, facing death, and finding purpose again and again. Fans of the Other Side, I am honored to introduce to you the NHB OG, Joe Diesel Riggs. How's it going, Joe?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, buddy. All right, I'm going to jump right into it. I want to know what kind of a kid you were. I'm just going to guess based on watching you fight all these years. You were probably a handful, man.
Yeah, but you know what? Believe it or not, I was just a real kind, quiet kid. Just very, just a different kid. I was very kind. Just very, a very emotional kid too.
Okay. Did anything happen in your childhood that maybe shaped you into the fighter you would become?
It did. It's simple. Like a parents' divorce. I mean, nothing crazy. My parents. I was like 10 years old when my parents got divorced, and I was a mama's boy. My dad worked like 100 hours a week or something like that, and so I spent a lot of time with my mom, and then woke up in fucking fourth grade, and she was gone. I didn't see her for like 10 years, so that kind of fucked me.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, because I spent like right now as an adult, I don't like to be alone. I have a problem with that because I was alone so much as a child, So I kind of don't like to be alone.
Okay, I can understand some anxiety.
Yeah.
All right. If I remember correctly, your I guess combat sports career started out in wrestling. Is that right?
Well, I started to box and wrestle like literally like 3 days from each other. Like I was
Okay.
like 10 or 11 years old. I started to wrestle first, and then because I didn't like to be alone. So there was a YMCA by my house, and I would walk to the wrestling practice, and then I would walk another 3 miles to the boxing practice after that. So just anything to stay busy.
Okay. At what point did you know that martial arts or combat sports was going to be more than just a hobby?
Honestly, I know people say this a lot, but I knew what I wanted to do since I was 10 or 11 years old. I knew
Okay.
Not boxing. I mean, even though I was a professional boxer, but fighting the UFC is what I wanted to do.
Okay. Now I know you actually started fighting before before everybody knew about the UFC, before it was called MMA. You fought NHB, the giant green tattoo on your shoulder. I remember that my whole life. For viewers who maybe don't know exactly what NHB is, kind of give us an idea.
Backfield before it was called MMA, it was called No Holds Barred, and back like jungle fights back in Brazil, and a lot of those like back in 2000, 1999 era, it was not like the sport it is now. Everybody always said it was going to be the biggest sport in the world, but fuck, I didn't believe a word of it. I never fought an amateur fight. I turned pro at 16, so my first 10 fights were $35 each. That's the lowest you can pay wrestling in Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So those were just for fun mostly.
Yeah. I was only 16 years old. I would just get in there and like I fought like guys like Keith Jardine when I was younger. When I was like 17.
Wow.
Beat the
Okay.
brakes on him. Yeah, it was fun. Back then, it was just different, man. It was fun.
Right. Okay. Take me back to September 26, 2001, Phoenix, Arizona. You took on Ryan Roth in your professional MMA debut. Is that correct?
No, that was like probably like my 10th fight, probably. I don't know because I have another tapology thing because I fought under Joseph Jonathan Riggs, so I have like 17 fights under that. But yeah, that fight. Yeah, they all were the same, man. Because the fight was like I want to say it was like on a Thursday, like there was like 200, like not 200. There was like 22 fights in the card, and it was a weekday. So I was only a sophomore, maybe a junior in high school, and my whole high school watched me fight, and then I would have to go to school the next day, and I wouldn't get home until like fucking 3 in the morning because like 22 fights is a lot of fights.
How cool are you going to school Monday after fighting all weekend?
No, fucking. I was always the young fat kid that was a trendsetter. I was young. I was a fat poor kid, and still was because I just
bad combo.
Yeah, for sure. I faked it until I made it. I act like I had all the confidence, and I didn't have shit, man. But nobody knew about it.
All right. 2004, you get the call. You're in the UFC. What did reaching the pinnacle of the sport mean for you personally? And tell us about your fight with El Dirte, Joe Dirksen.
Yeah, what was crazy is because Joe, my fight before I got in the UFC, Joe actually cornered me in
Okay.
a fight in Minnesota. I think I fought a guy named Dave Victay or something like that. And Joe was he was a great guy, really really good. And then so he cornered me. And then 2 weeks later, I got a call. It was got a call from Dana actually, and he asked me if I wanted to make my UFC debut or he wanted to come try this Ultimate Fighter thing. I wouldn't have to try out. I could just be on the show. I would have made my debut like a little bit later. I mean, I would have been on the show. It was like maybe 6 months later than my debut was.
Mm-hmm.
But I said I couldn't leave my dad at the time, so I didn't do it. And then obviously just took the fight and went. It was a great feeling, man. One of the best feelings of my life.
I always felt like I always wanted more for Joe Dirksen. He was one of my favorite fighters during that time.
Me too. He's a good guy. Really nice guy. And he's a warrior, man, for sure.
Yeah, easy to root for. True MMA fans remember and most likely loved the WEC. I know I do. In 2005, you faced Rob Kimmons for the middleweight championship of the world. Talk about that 84-second performance and where that win ranks in your career for you.
My first world title. So it was a good feel. It was a good feeling. The guy at the time was like 8-0 or 6, something like that. But he was he was a tough guy. He ended up making it to the UFC later on, but it was a pretty fast win. But after the fight, we would all, because it was in Lemoore, California, the WC was at the time, and we went to a bar like and to an after fight party, and he was an undefeated kid, so he had a hard time with the loss and beat on him again after the fight at the after party. So it wasn't that. No, it wasn't being a dick. He just would not let it go. He just had a hard time because he went out like a bitch. I believe he tapped out with strikes actually. But I mean,
Gotcha.
everybody knows you don't do that.
Right. Okay.
If you're gonna tap out strikes, you don't got much room to bitch about,
Yeah, I got you. All right. You make your way back to the UFC, coming off a win against Chris Lytle, and you get paired up against an all-time legend, Matt Hughes, at UFC 56 in what was supposed to be the welterweight title fight. What happened before the fight in regards to the weight miss, and how would you sum up the performance that night?
Oh God. Well, the fight. I mean, I was I beat Chris, and I was the #1 contender for the middleweight title. And I was going to fight Matt and Carol or Matt and George, something like that. And then one of them got hurt, so Dana called me, and then he asked me because I got a call. It was like 2 weeks before the fight with Matt Hughes. And I knew I was getting the title shot in 5 months from then, so I had a lot of time. I was in the bar getting hammered drunk at the time, and Dana calls, and I'm like, no, I didn't want to do it. And he's just like, fuck, pretty much you don't have a choice. So then go out there and take the fight. I mean, it was a lot of weight to cut, and then there was a sad state of affairs. So I trained with Matt before that, and I actually for the Chris Lytle fight. And I was very, very excited because how I did with him. Matt's considered an athletic freak, very strong.
Yeah.
And I rubbed him out, and then felt good about it. And then, but when something about Matt, when he walks into that cage, he looks at you and he'll make you look like you shouldn't belong in there. You know what I mean? I felt so ashamed. It was crazy. And like George St. Pierre had told me that before, like when Matt walks in the cage, kind of makes you feel like that. And he was right, man. It was very, and then all the guys, like his corner was I mean, later on in life, like not later on in life, they're all my friends actually at the time, like Jeremy Horn, Tim Sylvia, all these guys, and they have known Matt for 20 some years. And at that time, they'd known me for 5. So it was very intimidating.
Gotcha. I've been lucky enough over the last 6 or 7 months to not get an interview with Matt, but he's nice enough to respond to messages on Messenger with me. And I will send him some of the most ridiculous questions out of nowhere, and he takes them in stride. I asked him the other day who makes a better tractor, John Deere or New Holland, and he immediately responded 3 seconds later with "cut my arm off and I bleed green." So Matt Hughes is still an awesome guy.
Matt, he probably enjoys those questions more than anything else. But me and Matt have a turbulent past. What's happened with him now is just fucking terrible. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. But Matt, when he was a tough bird to deal with, man. He was a tough guy to deal with. But
if you feel froggy, just jump.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if you read his book, there was my wife and I, we walked into a mutual sponsor we had in Phoenix. And I walk in, he's sitting on the lazy boy. And my wife at times, she had never met him. And I'm like, Lisa, this is Matt. And Matt says something like, sorry, I had to fuck your husband up, something stupid. And I'm like, what? I mean, and then like me, fucking you, I'm very, very kind, but if you start a fight with me, I won't let you walk away from me, you know? So then,
Sure.
so they're kind of holding us back, and my wife takes her shoe off and hits him in the head with a shoe. Boom. And then fucking, I thought it was hilarious. But he put that in his book. He was kind of, I thought he would actually lie about it, like make it sound better than it was, but no, he told the truth.
That's awesome, man. I love it. All right, UFC 57, Joe Diesel Riggs versus Nick Diaz. Describe the lead up to the fight, how the fight played out, and then of course the legendary aftermath at the hospital.
Oh yeah, you know, I knew Nick just like anybody else. I didn't really, I never talked to him at that point. And I remember I was walking. I went to check my weight. I think it was the day before weigh-ins. I was with myself, Rich Franklin, and I think it's just me and Rich Franklin. And then he was walking by, and I'm like, hey, good luck tomorrow, something like that. And he's like, gonna make weight this time? And I'm like, you better hope not, motherfucker. You better hope not make weight. And then so started John, and then at weigh-ins, I was like walk his before they would let you kind of walk down the stairs almost, and then not interact with fans, but you could kind of give them high fives. And I was walking down and kind of looking at people, and then I look over, I see this fucking Neanderthal, his fucking face his head in my face. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? And then he's like, I'm like, what? He was in my personal space, which I didn't like that. And then I didn't really know didn't engage him at that point. At the weigh-ins, I mean, when we weighed in, things got a little more heated, but yeah, he just, I think it's something Nick has to do. He has to kind of drudge something else up inside him to make him demonize the people he's fighting with. I mean, everybody has to do their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so
with the fight, we fought. I remember like walking out, and I'm with Miltich's team, and he's like, "Where are my Miltich bitches at?" And I'm like, "Fucking really? These guys are talking shit." And I'll be honest with you, him talking shit, it's hard to deal with. I don't like it. I don't like him talking shit. It's just because it's out of the norm. It's just weird. You have to deal with that with the physical stuff. But then, so I got him immediately when he said that. It's fucking like a knee-jerk reaction. I'm like, well, fuck you, and then go, but that's what he wants. And then in the fight, man, I had at 185 when I hit people like that, I would hit people and they would just fall. And he just kept coming. And then it was worse. I would hear Joe Rogan fucking just reiterating it, absorb, you know, for just kind of making. I'm like, it's making it worse. Like, so it was hard. He hit me with a body shot, and I was trying to I was trying to hide that I was hurt. And he gets in my ear and he whispers, he goes, "It's over." He called me Jared from Subway. It's over, Jared from Subway. And I'm thinking, he's right. It is over. You know, it's a difficult thing. That him talking like that, but it's anyways. After the fight, I mean, so we fought. It was, I mean, I was pretty confident I won the fight. I did, and then yeah, going there, man. He just like I was completely dehydrated. I mean, my hands are broken. His face is fucked up, but you're getting stitched up, but that's it. And then he just kept talking. I'm a man. I'm not gonna just sit there and take that. And then we fought. I shit my pants, and the rest is history.
It's some of the best, most legendary things in MMA history. I love it. I appreciate you so much being willing to answer that question for probably the millionth time.
Oh, it's all good, bud.
Let's see, December 13th, 2006, you take on another legend, Diego Sanchez. What were your thoughts at the time on Diego as an opponent, and does the fight still hurt?
Fuck yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot. I mean, again, I love Diego, but it's like when that if you watch like that, because it was I want to say it was the first fight for the troops. I went out there. I said on the interview like my stand-up, my striking is like 10 years ahead of his, and it was. I wasn't just trying to jerk myself off. I was just being honest. And he it's kind of like the Titanic. The whoever designed the Titanic, like God himself couldn't sink the ship. I was being pretty. I didn't quite get to that level, but I was being pretty dismissive of his skills. And we both happened to land a right hook at the same time. He's a southpaw as well as I am, and I landed my hook on like his eye orbital sinus, and it broke his orbital and it broke his sinus cavity. And if you see, he kind of reels back and holds his eye. And I dropped my butt, and I know Diego's got a really good top game. He's got good ground and pound, so I wanted to get to my feet. I didn't want to just pull guard. And that motherfucker just ran through me, knee and all, just hit me in the temple. And I knew I woke up and I see his feet walking by. And I'm like, oh no, this ain't good. That was the end of that. So yeah, that fucking sucked. But yeah, you gotta live on. You gotta move on with that.
Was he the dream or the nightmare then?
I think it was a nightmare.
Okay, okay. I love the nightmare.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
All
lot better
right.
than the fucking dream.
Yes, yes. That was weird.
Yeah.
All right. You fought 70 times in your MMA career, which is absolutely
I fought well over
incredible.
100. I've had well over 100 fights. But yeah, on that one,
Okay.
yes.
That was the best I could come up with online. That's
It's
that
all good.
NHB right there.
Yeah.
Um, Tell the viewers about how your career and life almost ended in 2014.
Fuck. I just got done winning that Bellator Fight Master reality show,
Hmm.
and I had so I got back home, and then Bjorn Redney and Scott Coker, they were just doing they were pushing Bjorn Redney out, and
Hmm.
so my contract as well as Eddie Alvarez's contract was just purely with Bjorn Redney's contract. So when they moved him out, my contract was null and void, and so was Eddie's, and so we just went right to the UFC. So I talked to Joe Silva, and he's like, the day I got my release from Bellator, I signed that day, and I think who the fuck was I supposed to fight? Paul Thiago in Brazil.
Hmm.
And Dana's like, you better not get hurt. And I'm like, oh, I won't. I was filming my documentary at the time, and then I had just got my brand new gun. It was a 45 1911 6 hour I like. And I was trying to eject the round. It was the holotips too, and I was trying. I took the magazine out because my friend chambered around. I could not get rid of it, and so I started taking it apart. And then, anyways, I wasn't giving the gun the respect that I should have, and went through my hand, my leg. I separated my femoral artery. That almost killed me.
Dude, I mean, I don't know firsthand. I've heard, just a matter of a few minutes, the femoral
Yeah.
artery, you can be done. How did you make it?
So I shot myself, and I'm like, oh fuck, and then I'm thinking, shake it off. So I walk a pretty decent distance down to my room in my house. And I laid down. When I stood up, like every heartbeat was. So and then while I was watching Shark Week, so I saw femoral artery stuff was still on my mind, and then I'm like, I need to wake my wife up. So I go into her room. I'm like, I think I say I've been shot. I don't. I go, I've been shot, but then so she was like, what the fuck? So then my wife she has several medical degrees. So then she was trying to fish around in my leg to grab the femoral artery, but luckily me standing up and walking, but it was just like hanging by a thread, and it broke, and it went down to my shin, up to my hip, and
Oh,
created
yeah.
like an tourniquet. And if it wasn't for that, I'd be fucking done. What's crazy is that day
Man.
there was where I lived at the ER that opened that just turned level 1 trauma, were called West Valley Hospital, which it was by helicopter. It was like 5 minutes flight, and if I wouldn't have been open, I would have had to go to St. Joe's. It'd been a 30-minute flight, and I wouldn't have lived. So there's a lot of firsts. And then the doctors at the new hospital, they just hired two of the best hand surgeons that's ever lived. And fuck, I was lucky bird.
Do you have full use of your hand?
Yep, smaller, but it's good.
Nice, man. I cut a pinky off once and they put it back together. So I
You'd be
understand
surprised what you can do, they can put back on and fix.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's not. Why did you decide to start doing bare knuckle in 2017?
Because I always wanted to do it. I just
Okay.
always wanted because I fought in I think I fought in England for the first time in bare knuckle boxing. I just thought that was fun and one of the last things I haven't done. So I went down there and tried it. I loved it. For some reason I was able to land my jab a lot more cleaner than I could with normal boxing gloves. It's weird.
All right. What goes through your mind as you're walking into the ring for your BKFC debut against Brock Weaver, and how did that fight play out?
Fuck it. I was pretty nervous actually. I just didn't know what to expect, and I beat him. I think I won a unanimous decision, but yeah, I wasn't able to let go like I wanted to for sure.
Okay. BKFC Fight Night, Montana, 2021, I believe it was. You took on Melvin Gillard. Everybody knows who Melvin is. You delivered one of the greatest knockouts in BKFC history. What does a punch like that feel like to your fist when it lands? And how are you still delivering knockouts like that 20 years into your career?
The last thing to go, my friend, is power. It's the last thing to go.
Yep.
When you land a shot like that, it feels like you're hitting paper. It just feels perfect.
Wow.
You don't feel a big fucking recoil. You don't. It just feels like just like baseball player plays baseball. You hit the right shot. Think it just feels like nothing. It feels great actually.
Man, that's wild. Your last fight was against Lorenzo Hunt for the belt. Unfortunately, you didn't pick up the win, but I wanted to know in your final fight, what, if anything, you learned. They say you learn more from your losses than your wins. So I
Well,
wanted to see.
I had one fight. I fought Josh Dyer after that too.
Okay, okay.
Um, with that fight, that motherfucker put a tomato in my face at weigh-ins. I was fucking
Yeah.
did not like that. I was so upset and so mad by the time fight day when I came out to fight. I wanted to do anything but fight. I've never been an emotional fighter, and yeah, I definitely could not mentally put it together because there was a lot of variables. Like he didn't make weight, missed weight by like 11 pounds, and then whoever was my manager, because I was in Montana, I was barely in training, so I think I had to cut quite a bit of weight. So I had like 12, no, I think I had like 10 pounds left to go. And then my manager, I said, because he hadn't made weight yet. He's missed weight like three fights in a row. And I go, is he going to make weight? Because if he's not, then I'm not going to make weight. I won't continue to kill myself. And he said, no, he's already on weight. I'm like, okay, fuck. And then so I kill myself, make the weight. He's over by 10, 11 pounds. And then he doesn't get fined. He still fights for the belt. I was really upset with that shit.
Yeah, that tomato thing was that was no good. I can see in here, like I can see it being funny and all that, but just to shove food in somebody's face.
I'm a germaphobe. So that motherfucker, he was taking a bite and then it went to my fucking horrible. Yeah, fuck, don't like that.
That's gross if you're not a germaphobe. That's what.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Are you done? Are you retired? Or are we going to see you fight again?
Yeah. BKFC is going to come into Phoenix, and I'm going to get one last. I was going to fight Josh Dyer again, but I don't know if I probably will. Fucking. Yeah. Because when I fought him, he's a big dude. I knew he was going to beat fucking Mike Richmond. I called that. But he's a big guy. He hits hard. He's just fucking clumsy. He's just. You know what's crazy is he's a freak athlete too. Mm-hmm. He's a freak athlete. He just looks like a buffoon out there though.
I interviewed him about 10 days ago, and he explained some of those things you're talking about. As far as his chin being up in the air all the time, he says he does it on purpose. He says it's bait. He's a counter striker. He wants you to extend so that he can catch you.
You know what? Fucking, I come out of the bathroom, my dick hanging out. I'm gonna say I did that on purpose too. He's bullshit. It's because I didn't realize he was as good as the athlete he was, and he fucking. Some guys just can't move their feet and hands at the same time. There's nothing to be ashamed about. He's one of them, but he cracks it, man. He beat the fuck out of old fucking Mike Richmond. Yeah, that was.
That was. Whew.
So I said you get a natural 145 pounder like Richmond is. You shouldn't be fighting middleweight.
Yeah. All right. If you could talk to an 18-year-old Joe Riggs, what would you tell him?
Oh fuck, shit.
A lot.
A lot. Just the biggest thing is I would fucking consistency breeds fucking excellence, man. Just consistency. Always do the same. That's the only thing I would tell myself, man. Just fucking be consistent.
There you go. All right. Who do you think is the toughest opponent you ever faced?
That's a good question. Fuck. Different guys for different reasons. I mean, there's different aspects of everybody's game. That's a good fun question. I don't know why I never thought about that. The toughest guy I've ever trained with was probably, you remember Mike Pyle?
Yeah.
Mike Pyle is the best guy I ever trained with.
Yeah. Quicksand?
Yeah. Yeah. Mike Pyle is very good. Just never could put it together,
Right. Okay. Yeah. Didn't he go into coaching Extreme Couture?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Okay. All right. Who is someone you would have loved to have fought but never got the opportunity?
Who? Chris Leader.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. That would have been awesome.
Right, that would have been a great fight.
Yeah, full 12 weeks.
I love Chris. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to meet him. I went to Lenexa, Kansas to the ABC bare knuckle judges training seminar, and got to meet Chris there. All that shit, doesn't he? Yeah, I got to meet Chris. Yeah, he was an awesome guy. This next section is kind of goofy. I want to figure out normal person stuff, not fighter stuff. Questions.
Sorry with that.
Oh, that's okay. These questions are to make the professional face smasher more relatable to guys in Arkansas, coworkers, normal people. These are questions that everybody has an opinion on usually, or preference, and I want to know what yours are. My first question is, and I tried to go geographical with it, but I'm going to ask the same question I always ask. What do you like better, pulled pork or brisket?
Pulled pork.
There we go. All right. Both in their prime, who wins, Ali or Tyson?
Oof. Tyson.
You think he gets inside early?
I do.
Okay.
I think it's just bad style for. You can make an argument for both of them. Though. I mean, I like Tyson better.
Gotcha. Okay. What's your favorite animal at the zoo?
That's a good fucking name. I like tortoises. Every time I've been to a tortoise thing, they're fucking almost every time.
Okay.
They're humping each other. It's comical to me.
I have a pet turtle. I have a water turtle. It's the coolest pet ever.
Right? Fucking turtles is shit.
Yeah. What do you prefer, talk or text?
Fuck. Depends. It all depends on who it is, man. Sometimes
Gotcha.
probably fucking text.
Right. All right. Am I more likely to catch you drinking a fancy coffee or an energy drink?
Energy drink.
Do you have a favorite one?
Yeah, I like the white monsters. Those are good.
Everybody loves the white monsters. It tastes like it's like grapefruit to me. That's what it reminds me of.
It's a good fucking. That's a good guess. That's a good analogy. It's close.
Okay. What is your favorite Rocky movie?
Oh, Rocky IV, not even close.
Nice. Great soundtrack.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Again, both in their prime. Who wins, GSP or Anderson Silva?
GSP.
Okay. You think he does the same thing Chael did without the mistake at the end?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's 100%. I mean, at least I think George would start to dink him up in the feet though.
Okay. All right. In your bathroom at home, does the toilet paper feed over the roll or down behind it?
It usually sits right below him in the feet. It's with my family. My wife always gets mad at me because I don't know whatever way I put it on, she takes it off, turns it around. So I think it's fucking me.
As long as you can reach it, it doesn't matter how.
Yeah, right.
There we go. All right. It's Saturday, game day. Who do you root harder for, the Sun Devils or the Wildcats?
Oh, dude, Sun Devils, man. Fuck the Wildcats. I'm not
All right. Very good. All right. If the fight happened tomorrow on the street, who wins, you or Jake Paul?
I'd beat him to fucking death. To death. Fuck, dude. I would start any way he wanted and fucking any yeah.
Okay. I love it. Let's see here. Who are you a bigger fan of? And I feel weird asking this question now because I'm used to bleached Joe Riggs. So when I wrote this question, that's what I had in mind. Who are you a bigger fan of, bleached Eminem or bleached Charles Oliveira?
Bleached Charles Oliveira for sure.
There we go. All right. You have to go commit a bank robbery, and you need to take two people with you, a gunman and a getaway driver. Who are you taking?
The fighters, there's people I know.
Anybody you know. Doesn't have to be somebody I know.
Benson and Tim Welch, Ben Sanderson.
There you go. That'd be a good duo for sure.
Yeah.
All right. As you know, the reason I do these interviews is to hopefully inspire people who are struggling or going through hard times, feeling broken. Yeah. If you had a message to share with the viewers who are going to watch this that may need a little inspiration, what would that message be?
Man, things can always get worse and things always get better. And that's the biggest thing, man. When things are real bad, it's always easy to kind of sit there and, feel bad for yourself. But fucking when you realize that no one else is coming to save you, it's just you. Does something to you, you know what I'm saying? And then things can always get better, man. And if you keep doing the right thing, things always get better.
Absolutely. What is something about you that people maybe don't know that you enjoy?
Huh? It's a fucking. I love gardening. I love gardening.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the and fucking. I love the. It's kind of hard to admit, but I love the honest love of a good big old fat woman. I love that. That's good.
There you go. Maybe you can combine the gardening and that into something.
Yeah, for sure. No, fucking. I heard that the other day. Someone was kind of coming to grips that he loved fat women. I don't know what the fucking big deal was that he was like admitting it like it was some closeted secret. I don't know what it was. It was funny though.
That's funny. I've over the last year I've gotten really close to a former UFC fighter, Sean Salmon, and he
Okay.
has developed a love for sunflowers. And last summer I think he grew 3, and last week he planted 90. So as
Wow.
far as playing in the yard, gardening, if you want somebody to talk gardening, Sean Salmon, he'll talk to
Oh,
you all
that's
day
good to
about
know,
it.
man. Good to know.
There you go. All right. Let's see here. What is the best way for fans of the Diesel to keep up with you and everything you have going on?
Oh, actually, I fucking just started Facebook and Instagram recently. Yeah, I haven't gotten verified yet though, but yeah, what's yeah, I think on my Facebook it's me a picture of my dog, and
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then
That,
Instagram I don't. There's a lot of fake ones, but yeah, good luck finding the real one.
when you accepted my friend request, I did like anybody would and scroll down a little bit, and you and that dog love each other. You
Yeah,
can
dude, I tell you
you
what,
can
man,
see it, man.
dude, fuck, it's terrible. I'm worried about when she dies. I don't know what I'm gonna fucking do. God, because it's the first dog I've ever had that. Actually, because I bought it for my wife Lisa. It was the first dog
Hmm.
that ever liked me more than her. So fucking, it means something. Yeah, she's a
Yeah,
good girl. Yeah.
I get it, man. That's awesome. I'm out of questions. Joe, is there anything else you want to share before we hop off here?
No, man, appreciate you guys having me though.
Absolutely. I do this without meaning to everybody. I appreciate your time so much. I've known you my whole life. And after this, I feel like we're friends. I hope you consider me the same thing. I'll get this uploaded to YouTube and I'll send you a copy. If for any reason you don't like it, let me know and I'll take it down, man.
Sounds good. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Joe. Have a great evening.
You too, buddy. Have a good night.